There is no doubt that the county halls and town halls have played a tremendous part in the life of London. But until 1965, they were hampered by the fact that no local authority had the power to deal with the problems of Greater London as a whole. From 1965, the Greater London Council has had that power. Dealing primarily with services affecting the whole area, it works closely with the 32 new London Borough Councils and the City of London, who are responsible for most other services within their own areas. Housing is perhaps London's most urgent problem. It is up to the Borough Councils and the GLC working together to provide all Londoners with good homes. Most of London's traffic arteries and the control of traffic are the responsibility of the GLC. But both the GLC and the Borough Councils can provide that much-needed parking space. Improvements of our more local roads and the repair, lighting and cleaning of roads are the job of the Borough Councils. The Borough Councils provide midwives, health visitors, home nurses and many other health services. They run the public libraries and they also collect refuse. Trained staff in the boroughs do their utmost for children deprived of a normal home life and for families in difficulties. Elderly people are helped by the Borough Councils, who provide many services, including homes. Whilst instruction in a variety of crafts is given to the disabled.
At one of our local libraries, the number of borrowers has increased due to a new housing estate. This has created problems for both the staff and the borrowers. Now, on my tour, I saw a similar-sized library, which had the same problem. But here, the council's work-study department was asked to help find a solution. Working closely with the library staff, they made suggestions which led to a better and more efficient use of space. The bottleneck around the counter was removed by installing a microfilm camera. Again, this was not merely a matter of using a machine, but of using the right machine to solve the problem. Housing maintenance. Some authorities I visited have work-studied the service, fixed work targets, and applied an incentive bonus where appropriate, based on accurate work measurement. The result is increased productivity for the authority and a better service for the ratepayer. For the operative, it's meant easier and more efficient working methods, and a chance to increase his earnings.
Dusk falls, and the street lamps light up automatically, one of the services provided by the rates. Streets are cleaned early every morning. Just as a housewife needs to keep her place tidy, so this larger area of over 1,400 acres must be kept spick and span. Markets must be cleared up after a heavy day's trading. Imagine what a mess it would be if nobody did anything. A garden for the blind is an unusual municipal amenity. Here are sweet-smelling plants such as lavender, heliotrope and thyme. It is 6:30 p.m. and the Housing Committee is now sitting. The councillors are considering a housing redevelopment scheme in the Cambridge Road area. There are detailed maps to assist their discussion and to make sure important points are considered. The project is also seen more fully on a model.
Within the next 20 years, a £60 million road improvement scheme will have been completed, providing through roads, pedestrian ways and a ring road. On the perimeter roads, multi-storey and underground car parks are planned, many of which are already in existence.
Yes, if you are a tenant of one of our council houses, we want to help you live and enjoy life in a house or flat befitting the age in which we live. In order to do this, our housing department is already carrying out a comprehensive survey of all our older properties. The object of this is to list the defects and to form an idea of the improvements required. For example, we may decide to redesign the existing kitchen, provide a better bathroom layout, or replace a window frame. In the case of extensive modernisation, where the kitchen and other sanitary services may be out of action for a while, we will be providing temporary caravan accommodation close by for each household, so that your daytime activities can continue. At night, you can return to your house to sleep. The caravan is seen here on view. Also included in this vast campaign is the general improvement of estates themselves. Streets, as we know them, will be transformed, providing them with carefully selected off-street parking areas and garages. One seen here under construction. The needs of the elderly, too, are being considered by providing quiet sitting-out areas where they may read or just chat together. And, of course, we haven't forgotten the children, with their play areas isolated from traffic, wherever possible, within pedestrian precincts.
Spending on nursery education has been a priority for Haringey. Here at Broadwater Farm, nursery classes providing part-time education have also been attached to the infant school. What are its aims?
Nursery school provides the opportunity to experiment with many different materials, the opportunity to form relationships.
We try to give them a lot of love, you know, a nice happy atmosphere. But records are very important. Sometimes I look at my records and think, my goodness, forgotten that.
Thursday, the 9th of June, 1977 in Rotherhithe, where on her Jubilee visit, the Queen will be piped ashore by Southwark Sea Cadets.
Right.
This is the moment the crowds have been waiting for. The royal party in a glass-roofed car driving through the streets of Rotherhithe. And the Southwark Orchestra and singers sing the Jubilee song, written especially for this unique day. And Dennis Coleman, the director of Southwark Singers, conducts them and the orchestra as they welcome the Queen to the Borough.
Every 4 years, people who live in the London Borough of Hounslow have a chance to give their verdict on these men and women. Whether or not they stay councillors or anyone else becomes a councillor in their place is decided by a mark on a piece of paper. Almost everyone 18 or over has a right to exercise the power of the ballot box to elect the councillors of their choice. For many voters, the election means a visit from a candidate, a trip to a nearby polling station, and finding out the result from people like me on television or from the newspapers. But behind the scenes, a vast number of people are involved in persuading you to go out and vote, in registering your right to vote, manning the polling stations, and counting the votes.
The borough's conservation officer provides a link between these authorities and the people of Greenwich, involving them all so that the town as a whole is cared for, shops and houses, as well as the national monuments.
I see that your neighbour, Mr. Harper, has already done up two of his properties.
Yes, made a very nice job of it too.
I think he's got some ideas too as to what he would like to see. And
Yes.
I think this coincides with our thoughts on the subject.
And one thing that bothers all of us, of course, as you know, this traffic problem. Have you made any specific progress on that?
To get improvement in heavy traffic in a town centre, you've got to, of course, put it somewhere else.
Yes.
But I think the recent exhibition we had in the summer has highlighted the views of all the residents in Greenwich.
From the moment an animal is slaughtered or a crop is harvested, until the product is sold in a shop or served in a restaurant, environmental health officers are responsible for seeing that it's handled hygienically and will become food that's fit to be eaten. We regularly inspect any premises where food is handled, and we also follow up any complaints we get from the public. As an EHO, I see myself really in two roles. On the one hand, I suppose I'm a kind of policeman, on the lookout to protect the environment and prevent health hazards. But I'd also like to think that the public can see me in a more friendly role, as a helpful source of information and advice.
Local government means caring about people, and in Southwark that's a big responsibility. But we face severe financial difficulties. Every local authority has been pressurised to reduce spending. This has happened in several ways. First, the cuts in government grants. Then, financial penalties for overspending. Finally, by rate capping. Southwark's response, like many other inner London boroughs, has been to use every legal means possible to protect our services, to protect our community. We've done this by increasing rates while we could, and by using financial devices in the last year or two. But time has now run out. There are no indications that things will get better for local government. We have to pay our bills. We have to meet our responsibilities to the people of the borough.
(1990), age 22, long-term unemployed, suffers from depression, friends in trouble with police, no money, no prospects. Alternatively, Kevin got a job with the council as part of a scheme to modernise housing estates. After they had trained him, he started working as a carpenter for one of the council's newly established industries, making doors and windows to improve council houses. Just a dream? Well, Southwark Council feels the public sector can provide the only positive way forward that will provide jobs immediately. Valuable jobs for people of all ages. So investing in Pat and Kevin's future is an investment for all our futures.
You can see the difference in 1994, walking around the libraries now. We've just completed a refurbishment programme of every one of our buildings. The staff look very attractive in their uniforms, actually smiling more because they enjoy more what they're doing, and the customers are coming back in droves. We've actually now 20% busier than we were 3 years ago.